This should never go into the sink. It is paint waste and that's bad for the environment. I want to show you how you can quickly clean your acrylic brushes. I've got a lot of paint in my brush. First thing I do is I use paper towel and I wipe off the excess paint on the paper towel. Then it gets a little bit dry and still my brush contains red pigment, you see. What I do then is I make it slightly moist in a jar of water, but I don't start stirring, you see, so my water stays clean. Now more pigment comes off again, you see, and I wipe it off. Still there's a lot of red pigment, so I repeat that process. I make it moist, I clean it again like this. I just make it moist again in the water. I do it in the paper towel and I start applying some pressure, but not against the bristles, but in the direction of the bristles, so that way. You see? So I can clean them with a little bit of force. And then after a while, hardly any pigment comes off anymore, you see? And now I can start stirring in the water. So like this. But then don't do like this. No, gently stir, because you don't want to damage the bristles, of course. But you see, the water stays very clean, hardly any pigment goes into the water or acrylic paint. Okay, now it's clean enough to continue painting with another color, but when I want to stop painting, then I do the following. The bristles are still a little bit moist, then I bring the bristles back into its original shape, like this, you see. And then it's important that I lay it to dry, laying flat. That is because when I put it in a jar like this, the moisture will drip down into the ferrule and that will cause problems. That will damage the ferrule and then yeah, that's bad for your brush. So leave it to dry, laying flat, and of course when they are completely dry you can put the bristles upright in a jar, and of course with the hair up, not with the hair down, because then you damage the bristles as well. Now if by accident your water gets as contaminated as this, don't throw this in the sink. You can do several things with it. You can bring it to a waste disposal. You can also pour it in some cat litter. And there are also filter systems available. And also you can pour it into a jar and let evaporate the water. That takes a long time. But then in the end you get a residue of acrylics at the bottom. And that you can clean with a little bit of paper towel and a little bit of water. But never throw it into the sink.